Right, in this video we're going to generate the graph of sine. So what we've got here is a set of axes. This is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. So this is in radians. This is pi by 2, which is 90 degrees. This is pi, which is 180. This is 3 pi by 2, which is 270. And this is 2 pi, which is 360. So we're going to look to see what the graph of sine looks like between 0 and 360, or 0 and 2 pi radians. So to do that we need what's known as the unit circle. So we've got the London Eye here. Okay, and what we're going to assume is that this distance from here to here is 1. And therefore if we draw a line up here, this distance will be 1. Okay, and then this distance here, if we make a right angle triangle, will give me the sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, and if the hypotenuse is 1, this distance will just give me sine. Now I can generate the graph slowly by moving this. So that's okay. So just have a look at this again. So this distance here, the red distance here from n to p dash, gives me the value of sine. Because if this is 1 unit, it doesn't matter what the unit is. Sine will be this distance divided by this distance, opposite divided by hypotenuse, given this angle. And if this distance is 1, this distance here will represent the sine. And the unit circle is split into 4 quadrants. This is called the first, second, third, and the fourth. And therefore, if I draw the graph, you can see what happens. It gets slowly bigger because this distance here is getting bigger. And then when we get to pi, or 90 degrees, then this distance becomes 1. Alright, the angle's always measured from the positive x-axis here on this unit circle. So we're going around this way, so we go around this way the circle, which is anti-clockwise. So the angle starts from here. We always measure from this angle here. So if we go into the second quadrant, we still see that this distance here is positive. And if we move around, we can see at this particular point at 180 degrees, so we've gone around 180 degrees or pi radians, then this distance becomes 0. Then in the third quadrant, you can see that sine is negative, because we've gone below the axis here. This distance is negative. Okay, and then to get to that distance here, where at 270 degrees or 3 pi by 2, then this distance will be 1, or minus 1, because you're going down. And then in the fourth quadrant, the distance gets smaller, and again you get back up to 0. And if we click on that, this is what's known as the graph of sine. If we were to go around another time, the graph would just repeat itself. Okay, so this is a graph of sine which you need to sort of remember. So its maximum value that can ever be is 1. Its minimum value can be is minus 1. So the range of the graph is from minus 1 to 1. And then at 0, 180 pi, and 360 degrees, 2 pi, it is equal to 0. And these are the characteristics of the sine graph, which can be generated from what's known as the unit circle. So this has been a video to show you how to generate the sine graph from a unit circle. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching. I will attach the GeoGebra applet to this video.